Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded, and we're going to be fighting against Iyalas in the first part of this episode. Now bear in mind, this is certainly one of these times when I would very much like to, well, I'd like to auto-resolve this. However, someone actually mentioned that companions can now die in auto-resolves, and I had no idea that this was the case, so I'm very appreciative of you telling me this, because I thought to myself, whoa, okay, that actually makes things a whole bunch different, and kind of makes me think, okay, wait a minute, we might have some issues, because, you know, if there's ever a time where I think to myself, okay, I'm gonna very quickly eliminate this, well, should we say relatively small, or, well, I mean, to be fair, in relation to our current army size, let's say, you know, 100 or so bandits, because obviously I do have a mod that increases the amount of bandits that are on the world map at the moment, so you're going to more commonly see stacks of about 100 or so. And let's just say that I go into an auto-resolve against these guys, and obviously because I have a decent amount of tactic skill, I should have a pretty simple time defeating them. However, there is always that chance that they are going to get a lucky shot. You know, they're going to get a lucky shot, and they're going to maybe take out one of our companions, and then as a result, that's going to be a death. So I'm very much thinking to myself, okay, maybe we should... you know, maybe we should be a little bit careful about that. And obviously the fact that we don't get any skills. And also, I think you also made the point that Distinguished Service actually does not activate in an auto-resolve. And yeah, that's true. That is indeed very, very true, and a great point. Very, very good point to make. So that means that generally doing manual battles, especially when there are a lot of enemies to fight, probably a good idea, because then you're going to get a lot of people coming in, you're going to get a lot of enemies, and you'll probably have a pretty decent time of things. I'm just going to get off my mount right here, because I actually wanted to stop most of the enemy's cavalry from charging at us as well. And obviously bear in mind that if I stop them and put my horse in the front there, they're basically going to get stopped. That was a somewhat, shall we say, janky way of stopping some people from charging in, but I think it worked okay, right? I think it worked all right. Anyway, this is hopefully going to be a pretty swift victory, because I would very much like to go on and capture a bunch of additional fiefs relatively close by. As I said before in the previous episode, we're basically going to try and go to ASSSSCARRRR along this direction, and then we're going to see how it goes. And oh yeah, if you didn't manage to catch that in the previous episode, I was talking about how the series is going back to a daily upload schedule in comparison to every other day, and as a result, I'm going to make it slightly shorter in terms of the episode's duration, because obviously, you know, there's processing time, there's uploading time. I'm not going to be able to do 1 hour episodes every single day. I just don't have enough time for that, and my PC obviously doesn't have enough horsepower to do that either. Anyway, yeah, so that's the reason for that. So there's there's no need for all that. Yeah. you know, yes. Indeed. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be it for our victory right there. And there we go. Distinguished Service. Thank you very much. Okay, so we only have these people that have gained kills, hilariously enough, and I think we're probably going to go for a Vlandian Pikeman and a Vlandian Banner Knight. I'm kind of interested, actually, to see what a hired blade goes into. Should I do that instead? Wait a minute. No, I can't. No, exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah. You do need to go into the XML file to be able to change this, by the way. Someone mentioned this a while ago, and I thought to myself, well, this could be kind of interesting, but I think in general, for me specifically, it would probably make things way too powerful, and we're already quite strong, so generally I would say that me increasing the amount of companions that I can create thanks to Distinguished Service should probably stay at around 2. I just don't think that if I were to increase them any further, considering the amount of experience gain that my companions are currently getting, it's going to be way too strong. At least that's my perspective. Anyway, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's actually really, really cool right there. Oh, I can't access the chat log, so I can't actually see what's going on right there. But apparently he had no culture, because obviously he's a hired blade, he's a mercenary. So obviously he doesn't have a culture of any kind. But that's really interesting, actually. That is super, super interesting. Okay, so yeah, we're basically just gonna go standard sort of stuff right here, and yeah, basically they just randomly selected something, and now he's that basically. So that's pretty cool. I don't mind that. I think that's quite nice. All right, so we're just going to be letting all these guys go as per usual, and we are now going to be moving on. Most of my forces, by the way, are actually maxed out in terms of level. As far as I'm aware, I don't think many of them... Yep, no, they are actually all maxed out. So basically every single unit that is currently in my army at the moment has the opportunity to be promoted into a companion. I believe this is the hired blade. Yeah, as you can see, culture, Calradian. That's actually really cool in my opinion. The fact that they assigned them the Calradian culture, I think that's super nice. Because, I mean, I think he's more like a Vlandian. Isn't Scarlet like a Vlandian family name? I'm actually not entirely sure about that, so yeah, don't quote me on it. But generally, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's really nice. All right, so we're just going to continue onward now. I'm kind of wondering whether I should go back to Kuyaz just to sell our prisoners and then make a push through to all the siege that we could possibly do. Yeah, I think that would probably be the best idea, because at the moment we really do need to sort of make a move. There's 30,000, that's pretty nice. Someone asked why I'm not recruiting companions from taverns any further. Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously here's the main point. You see this guy? I mean, you see what he has? He literally has these two skills. These two skills are the only things that he has that are relatively high level. This guy is actually looking pretty nice. I could get this guy. He is 43, however, so he is gonna die maybe sooner. I'm actually not entirely sure, but we'll get him, right? Okay, we'll get him. And basically, my answer to why am I not getting companions from taverns is pretty much just that distinguished service creates stronger companions, and if I eventually want to have an army solely comprised of companions, I would very much like to be able to say, yes, every single one of my companions is very strong and they're going to be able to hold their own. Because let's face it, if I am going to be running around with 80 or so companions in my army and only that, I'd like to be able to rely on them to be able to do their thing and not get themselves killed too easily. So that's basically the primary reason for it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know. But someone actually also mentioned a really cool idea and a much more hardcore way of doing the companion-only playthrough. And I'm actually gonna think about doing that in the future as well, because personally I think that it sounds very harsh. Don't get me wrong, it sounds really, really harsh, but it sounds like a lot of fun, and I think it might be kind of cool. So I'm thinking we might do something like that in the future as well. I'm not gonna go into the details because I obviously don't want to spoil anything at the moment, but let's just say that it's going to be much more difficult than what's currently going on here. We wouldn't be using distinguished service. You see, that's the main difference. We wouldn't be using distinguished service. We would be recruiting companions only from taverns and then seeing what happens. And we would also not have the ability to recruit regular units either, so we would basically only have companions available to us, and as a result we would foster a much more XCOM-like playthrough, and we would become much more, shall we say, much more attached to those particular units and so on. So that's basically your idea, and I agree. I think that sounds like a riveting good time. Probably not going to be the next series after this one, because obviously we're kind of focusing on companions at the moment. But I'm thinking, yeah, definitely something that I'd like to do in the future, for sure. Absolutely. It sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so let's actually do this. Let's go in here real fast. I'm actually wondering whether I should just destroy the walls really fast here and then just go in, or whether I should just build every single thing that I would want to build. I think we'll just go with the battering ram for the moment. Oh yeah, also Liena. Yes, I need to remember to send a messenger to her. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to wait until daytime. This guy is over here. He might decide to come and attack us, but I don't really mind too much. I'd much prefer not to have, well, I'd much prefer him to just ignore me for the moment. And the walls are not down, so there's no point me using my horse here. Let's tell my forces to speed up. Okay, don't get shot in the face now, sir. Thank you. And oh, there's a rock. Yep, that guy's got a rock, and he was willing to use it. He is armed and dangerous. Very, very dangerous. He has a rock in his hands. Okay, wait a minute. Yes. Can we get some more? No. You're not going to use that rock, sir. You will not use that rock. I will be prepared to shoot anyone that picks up that rock. Anyone else? Oh, that guy. Take him down. Okay, wait a minute. Where am I? My forces are really taking that long. Okay. I'm just gonna stick around here then, and we're just gonna wait for them to arrive with the siege tower, because there's no point me really just picking off a handful of units holding rocks and stuff like that. And it's a much better idea to... Oh no, there's a lot of units. Okay, that's a lot of people. But, well, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta get in there. We gotta get stuck in. And we gotta murder everyone that we can. Okay, I'm just gonna try and run away a little bit here. What? Really? Did you see that? He literally lowered his shield and then he was like, oh yes, no, never mind. Your arrow will hit my shield whether I lower it or not. Apparently I'm just aiming in the wrong place. That's probably what's going on there. I mean, sometimes the hitbox does seem a little bit strange, but I think it's definitely my error more than anything else. But that has happened in Warband as well, but obviously this is a... Well, I would say the engine is far superior, so it should definitely pick that up, but oh well, whatever. I'm probably just, you know, blaming random things. Anyway, let's see if I can maybe open up the center gate, if it has not been destroyed already. I actually am not sure where it is. There it is. Oh, they haven't been able to? Are you serious? They haven't actually been able to get through here? This is very strange. Okay, my forces are opening it up, which is really, really good. I'm gonna go over here, and there we are. Look at that. What? They're actually doing it themselves. Did you see that? My forces were literally going in here and opening it up. Okay, I've got to be careful, because they're gonna close it on me. And that is not something that I want. Oh, I'm gonna close it on them. Haha! Ah, yes. Take that. Ow. Okay. That kind of hurt. Did you see they actually let in their friends? That was very smart of them. They opened up the gate and they were like, oh, hey guys, come on in. Yeah, that seems to be the case at least. Alright, and that seems to be that. There we go. And amazingly enough, only a handful of units were managing to get enough kills to, you know, go on through here, which is kind of weird. But okay, we're just gonna continue giving them tactics, athletics, etc., etc. Try and increase their HP as much as possible. And I'm actually... I don't know, you see. I don't know whether I should really take these prisoners, but I will, literally just so that I don't have to hear the comments. Yes. Okay, so we're going to claim the thief because I do want to try and go into the dungeon here because we are definitely going to be attempting to maintain control of it, obviously, but it is definitely something that I am not really caring about too much. The main purpose of this first initial siege is literally just to distract the opponent. It is literally just to provide some additional way for them to attack it and spend their resources, waste their time, and that's pretty much it. Because we can obviously come back here at any point in the future and just take it. We can just snatch it out from under them because, well, frankly, they don't really have that much to really compete against us. And I can very easily now go over to Bannerlord Castle and we can possibly go and take that. I'm going to speak to Liena now. Hopefully she is not in an army. This is going to be kind of interesting. Okay, wait a minute. My lady, I wish to profess myself your most ardent admirer. Perhaps you and I. We are considering many offers. You may certainly add your name to the list, she says. Oh, okay. There's a list, apparently. Okay, let's send another messenger to her then. And I will not start the next siege until my next messenger arrives at her location. It will only take 2 days, or it should only take 2 days. Liena, where are you? There you are. Okay. Not entirely sure why it took so long, but there we are. Okay, so... Oh. Okay. It's going to take a little bit longer. Yes, it's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so wait a minute. Does she have anything? Oh, she has a... What? Why does she have such a small amount of money? I'm going to give her some money, alright? We're going to give her a gift of 20,000 gold. That's nothing, I know. Really? Did that not increase her relation at all? Okay. Wait a minute. Did I just miss the option? Yeah, I did. I did just miss the option that I needed to press. Oh well, never mind. Okay. I'll just let my messenger go and we'll speak to her after this. And I'm actually wondering whether I should... Tubular's Castle has been taken. That's fantastic. But I was actually wondering whether I should actually build trebuchets here. But you know what? I'm not going to do that because I'd like to keep the walls intact. 67,000 HP on this particular castle, which is actually super nice. I'm going to lead the assault before the next siege tower is built because I'd actually like to utilize the siege ladders instead. Ooh, this is a cool one. Oh, I like these ones actually a little bit more than the others. I don't know what it is, but I personally like the... I don't know, maybe it's the color of the sand. The sand seems a little bit more free-flowing, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's kind of a weird difference, but I like it a little bit more than the other map. I don't know. Anyway, we've got the siege ladders up and running, so I'm actually gonna make my way up here myself. This is not a good idea, just so you know. This is definitely not a good idea. I can bring out my bow because, let's face it, it's completely natural for me to be able to shoot my bow while balancing on a ladder. I mean, to be fair, I suppose if you are athletic enough, you might be able to do it, but I think it's kind of difficult. Probably be quite difficult considering you're probably going to get shot in the process. Okay, yeah. Can we get in? Can we get in? Yes. Okay, there we go. Oh, we made it. Fantastic. Let me actually just make my way over here. They did so much damage to my shield already, hilariously enough. Okay, no one else around here. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And it seems like my forces are actually... Oh, okay, strong legs, thank you. Helping me out quite a bit there. Wow, that's a lot of enemies. That is a lot of enemies. Okay, we're gonna have to probably just get out my bow and do some damage like this. I don't really want to go down there because if I go down there right now, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get clobbered. I'm literally gonna get clobbered. They are literally all just gonna rush me. I mean, they might not actually because they are all archers. Most of them are archers, so they might decide, hey, you know what? We're archers. Let's not do that. That might be a bad idea for them. But do we want to take the risk? That's the point. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're what? They're literally all just blocking all of my attacks. Okay, yeah, you get off that ballista. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, now let's just see if I can do some damage. Yes. Can I? Oh, Could you, yes, could you leave me alone, actually? I would very much appreciate that. Okay, that would be very nice of you. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, so the siege tower has finally reached the walls, and it looks to me like this is definitely a victory. You know what? I think I'm gonna push forward the date, okay? Or shall we say the plan? Let's push forward the plan on when I will venture out with a companion-only army. What do you think? I think we're going to do that. So let's actually do that. Alright, so riding, athletics, scouting, riding, athletics, scouting. Personally, I don't really care what they take. I'm basically just giving them the best possible combat stats at this point. So in other words, athletics, riding, and anything else is just a bonus. Anyway, there we go. That is not too bad. And now even the people that actually end up dying, or the regular units that actually end up dying, I don't even mind, because, well, eventually someone's going to level up and they're going to get promoted, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters at this point. Okay, so we'll claim the fief once again, and I will go back into the dungeon and place a bunch of prisoners in there. We'll go into improved garrison, do the same thing that we did beforehand. I just need to make sure that I'm doing it at the right castle. There we go. Let's get 250 in here. Oh, it's such an annoying slider, you know. Those sliders always mess me up. All right, so let's put a little bit of money in here. 20,000, and then we'll get a bunch of improvements. There we go. Let's get some loyalty there, and then we're just going to wait here for some time. And then I'm going to leave, because hopefully I'll be able to speak to Liena, and then we can finally say to her, oh yes, yeah, there we go. So I'm glad to have the chance to get to spend some time together. There we are, fantastic. Okay, so now we have 100% chance, 100% chance, and 100% chance, because we just have so much charm skill. But to be fair, I think the new charm perk overhaul or rework that they did is actually amazing, and I gotta say, I applaud them very much for the improvements that they have made to the charm skill tree. I personally love the charm skill tree now, and before I thought, oh yeah, this is good, you know, this is fine, this is very nice, and it's working relatively well. However, I wasn't blown away by it, but now I am absolutely blown away by it, because these perks actually are useful in some way or another. And I'm going to highlight one very specifically here. This. Characters in other factions require -1 persuasion success. This is the thing that is making it possible for us to complete these conversations with only 2 or 3 conversation steps. In other words, in these situations where I can potentially persuade someone to join our faction, for example, the only reason why I was able to do that so easily is because of this particular perk. And this is a very strong perk, and this is exactly the reason why I totally agree with it being at 200 skill level. I think that's a great level for this to become unlocked, because it's strong, but it's not too strong, and it's not too useless. It feels like the right skill level for it to be at. And the same thing with this one as well. Renown gained from battles increased by 30%. If you're focusing on charm, 225 skill level is a really good time to gain something like this, because 30% renown gain increase, that's only going to help your cause in getting to tier 6 clan. And you can see here, I'm not even there yet. I'm very far away from getting that. I need another 2,000 plus renown, which is a lot, you know. That is a huge amount. So that's exactly the reason why I think the rework to the charm skill tree is really good. And yeah, they've done a great job. If they do that with some of the other perk trees, then the game is just going to get 1,000 times better, because as I've mentioned multiple times, some of the perks are, I'm not going to say useless, but some of them are not as fun to use. and it's going to be fantastic to see those be improved or changed in some way. And I'm not even like requiring that, because I find the game fun enough as it is. But it's just going to get better. You know what I mean? It's just going to get so much better. All right, so there we go. We've taken Bannerlord Castle, and I'm now going to head on to ASSSSCARRRR. And Tubular's castle has been taken. So Thule can now move around. Yes. Now he can move around, and now he can continue to do things. Okay, so wait a minute. I want to send another messenger to Liena here. And ASSSSCARRRR has 522. Might be okay. I think we'll be okay. I mean, to be fair, most of these are probably going to be militia, so it's really not going to be that big a deal. There we go. Perhaps we should discuss a future together. And look at this. She only requires 1. Look at this. Only 1. It's amazing. Okay, so yeah, yeah, I mean 90%. What's that guy doing right there? Do you see that? What is he doing? I really wish I could move the camera. Can I not move the camera? Oh, I can. Now, if that's not hilarious. If that is not hilarious, I don't know what is. Okay, wait a minute. Can I move the camera around so that I can see his face? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. That is very... Look at it. Look at the guy. Look at the guy on the right. He was literally looking at this guy and he was thinking to himself, do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind leaving me alone? And this guy is literally just looking fiercely into the camera, like I'm a model for the latest GQ or something along those lines. Look at him. Ooh, he's looking mean, but he's also smoldering with a desire for bagels. Yes. Indeed. But yeah, that this guy is literally just thinking to himself, could you please stop? You know, that's what he's literally thinking right now. Oh, that is hilarious. Those kinds of things I absolutely love, and they never. You know what's really funny about this kind of situation? This really never happens to me. Like when I'm playing a game, I never usually get these kinds of things happening, and I always see other people having them happen to them, and I think to myself, why doesn't that happen to me? I really want a funny thing to happen. Anyway, there we go. Aldrich now needs to give his blessing, so I am now going to send a message to Mr. Aldrich. And hopefully he's going to be pleased to hear from us. I'm sure he's going to be super pleased, and he's going to ask me for 1,000 gold or something along those lines. Probably nothing that extravagant. He'll probably just be like, oh yeah, please take her for free, or something. No way. Surely not. Okay, so we're just going to build the siege tower and the battering ram once again. I felt like the siege ladders actually made more of a difference. At least I think so. I think the siege ladders were much better than the siege towers, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, I'm actually wondering what is going to happen if I decide to remove 270 of my units. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen if I remove 270 units from my army? Yeah. Not looking good, is it? No, for my companion-only army. I mean, generally, I don't know, I think they might surprise us. But it's gonna turn the playthrough into a much harder, much harder experience, basically. It's gonna be super, super difficult from that point on, so I'm not sure whether I should do that already. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued, and I'd kind of like to figure out whether we can actually even do anything, because having 60 companions, even though they are some of the best fighters that the world has ever seen, you know, Polmark, you know, Polmark is really, really fantastic, and he's a lot of fun to watch, but, you know, he might not be, oh, okay, I couldn't jump over there. Oh well, never mind. I guess I'm gonna jump down here and open up this gate. Can I do that? Yes, I can. That's hilarious. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that's the point. Our companions, while they might be pretty good at actually winning one-on-one battles in things like tournaments and stuff, I mean, are they actually gonna be good against multiple opponents? Because, I mean, no offense, but the AI doesn't really do very well, and actually, you know what? I don't do very well against multiple opponents, you know? If you're, you know, outmatched in terms of your melee skill, whatever it might be, so in other words, one-handed, two-handed, whatever, you know, if you're outmatched in that regard, or if your weapon is just terrible, then you're probably going to have a pretty difficult time winning against multiple people. But, I mean, if you take a look at how many people are actually getting kills right now, who's getting the most kills? It's mostly my companions, right? I mean, apart from the Azari Veteran Infantry, but we have 5 of those currently on the battlefield. Pikemen getting a couple of kills, Vlandian Sharpshooters getting a couple of kills as well. I mean, that is to be expected, of course. Oh, I didn't realize. I had no idea that there was another gate. I thought to myself, I'm already inside. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm going to have to do something about this. Can I speed things up? Oh. Okay, let's not do that. Let us not do that. Let us not speed things up. Because I almost got absolutely murdered without me even realizing it. Yeah, but I was actually wanting to sort of speed up my destruction of the gate, and I thought, oh, these guys are no doubt going to be very distracted by all of my friends attempting to, you know, invade the upper ranks, shall we say, because they're attempting to go through the battlements up top, right? Instead of going through the center here. But I guess I'm just going to speed things up and get ASSSSCARRRR captured, I suppose. And I think, you know what? After this, that is when we will do the companion only, alright? That is when we will do companion only, true companion only. And I'm not talking about focusing on companions, I'm talking about only companions in our army. We're going to see how it goes, because I'm skeptical a little bit. I'm a little bit skeptical, because, let's face it, are we going to be able to beat an army that is 500 strong with 60? That's the question. You know, that's the question we have to ask ourselves. I don't know whether that's actually possible. It might be. I mean, some of our companions are very strong, but also noble units, for example. Noble units are very strong as well. I mean, you can see here that Lath the Blade just gained points in one-handed, 241. But if you think about Battanian Fian champions, for example, they literally have 250 or 260 in bows. So that is something to consider right there. Anyway, let's have a look. Who do we want to go for? I think we're probably going to go for a Vlandian Sharpshooter, and I'm thinking more cavalry, to be honest. That's what we're going to do. Okay, this was a Vlandian Vanguard, so he's going to get riding, he's going to get athletics, and I think he's probably going to get engineering as well. This guy's a sharpshooter, so we'll give him scouting and tactics, I guess. Oh, yeah, I'm really good at this. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, so not too bad, not too bad. And we ended up losing 2 units, obviously. Yeah, that's negligible, to say the least. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to go over to Mr. Sniper here. We're going to lock his horse, and then we're just going to give him new gear. And I mean, let's face it, all of the Distinguished Service units usually have amazing gear to start off, so it really doesn't even make any difference really for me to give them stuff. You know, they usually have an amazing setup already, so that's kind of something to bear in mind. Anyway, did I take all the loot, by the way? Yeah, I think I did take all the loot. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's show some Mercy right here, and then I will show some Reinhardt, and then we'll do, yes, there's a reference and reference and a half for you. But anyway, there we go. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. We're going to go over to the dungeon, and yeah, this is going to be a little bit different now, because I'm actually going to go into the garrison, and we are going to place all of my units, with the exception of the companions. You know what? Yeah, I guess I will. I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe I should keep a couple of Vlandian Sharpshooters just as a way for me to gain more companions over time, because if I don't have any other units, then I'm not going to get any more companions, and it's basically like, you know, what am I doing then, you know? So I'm actually thinking I'll take 10 Vlandian Sharpshooters, and I'll take 10 Palatine Guards, and I'll take 10 Banner Knights, and that's basically it. All right, so that is what we'll go for, and then we'll see what happens. Because I mean 82, I think that's pretty decent. You know, that's not, you know, overkill or anything like that, and it is still going to give our regular units chances to level up. And that's obviously what we want, because we do want to gain more companions over time. All right, so improved garrison. Let's put 400 in here. I mean, I have enough money at the moment. I mean, maybe I don't have enough. I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough. All right, so that is good. Let me actually just go over here and just sell all of this stuff, because we're going to get a suitable amount for that. 148,000, not too bad. And now, here's the deal. Look at my, oh my, okay, yeah, I might have signed my death warrant. What do you think? I literally have 284 combat strength. Yeah, 284. Well, at least my messenger has arrived, and here we go. I wish to discuss the final terms of my marriage with Liena. There we go, they're very nice. Okay, so how much do you want, sir? As I thought, he literally wants 2,000 gold. Is he serious? Really? You know what? I'm going to add a 0 onto that, sir. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so now she has married us. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. And now that means that I might be able to go and find her wherever she is. Last seen at Sargot. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, she's very far away. I'm not going to be able to go and get her at any point right now. She's all the way over there. But she might relocate. Do bear that in mind. She might, you know, teleport somewhere else or journey somewhere else just because she has married someone else from, you know, someone other than the Vlandians. So it might be okay. Okay, so this guy's running away from me? Are you serious? Okay, yeah, he is actually running away. Wait a minute, I'm traveling really slowly. Yes, my herd bonus now is absolutely awful, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to sell a bunch of horses. So how many? Okay, yeah, let's sell all of those. My herd, wow, really? Still my herd deficit? Oh, what? Are you serious right now? Okay, let's sell all these. Well, wait a minute. What about my cows and sheep and stuff like that? Yeah, I should probably sell a bunch of that. And we have way too much food. Look at this. Way too much food. There we go. And how am I doing now? Are you serious? 324? Come on now. Okay, let's just sell a bunch of these then. It's still terrible. I'm gonna have to sell these. Capacity is exceeded. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some mules back then, I suppose. What's actually going on with my herd deficit right now? I mean, I mean, yeah, sure, I've got a lot of, I guess I have a lot, right? I have way too much stuff. Okay, way too much stuff. Okay, right. Okay, sell all that then. And do I want to sell all the weapons? I don't really want to sell all the weapons, to be fair. I guess what I'll do though is I will sell the most that I have. So we'll just sell all the stacks of above 100 or so. And then how am I doing? 228. Okay, we're gonna have to sell more then. I can get rid of some mules now though, thankfully, because I don't need the carry capacity. And then we can sell these desert horses. My herd is absolutely insane. Yeah, we'll sell all these. Let's just hope that I don't need a massive army again, eh? Because otherwise, if I need a massive army, good luck. Good luck me getting that again. Alright, I'm overburdened, so I'm going to once again have to do this. There we go. And how are we doing? -1. Still? Really? Okay. Sure. I guess I will get rid of some of these then. Don't really want to do that, to be honest. I mean, they're so, in my opinion, they're really like really good. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is grinding my gears right now. Can you tell? This is really grinding my gears. I do not like doing this one bit. Oh well. I guess I should just... You know what? I'm hoarding way too much of this stuff as it is, so let me just get rid of most of it, right? Okay, there we go. And minus 29. My capacity is still exceeded? Are you serious? Give me some mules back. There we go. Okay. I guess we just got to get rid of more then. All of them? Are you... No, surely not. Surely we don't have to get rid of all of these. Oh, what about these actually? Yeah, this is stupid of me. Why am I keeping these things? These are very heavy. A lot of people have told me in the past that these are super heavy and I should not be keeping them, so my bad, as you can quite clearly tell. I bet you were face palming all over the place right there. Alright, so minus 21. Okay, that's actually fine. So you can see a breakdown of what we're selling right here. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, so now we are moving around at the speed of light, and I will be able to perform in my first battle with companions only, with the exception of very, very few regular units. So this is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, so let's do this. What do we have? What do we actually have? We have no infantry. Most of them are cavalry and archers. We have no infantry? Really? No infantry? I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I might have to go through my companions and see if I can maybe remove some horses from some of them. I mean, maybe that's necessary. I don't know whether that's necessary, to be honest, but I guess I'll see. Nice damage. Oh, nice headshot. Nice headshot, Barney. Good work. Actually, kind of surprised he was able to do that. Okay, wait a minute. Let's get ourselves a little bit closer. Bear in mind, this is just a test, by the way. This is literally just a test fight. And this is not something that you're going to be seeing all the time, because I don't really want to do these smaller battles consistently. I'd like to do, you know, our people against massive amounts of units, because I think that's the most fun. So we'll see what happens with that. And I'm not entirely sure why the enemy is being so weird. I mean, they're kind of just chilling at the back there. It's kind of weird. Oh well, never mind. I guess, I mean, we do obviously overpower them at the moment. They do have the combat strength disparity, so it kind of makes sense. I guess I'll just tell them to charge, right? Tell the cavalry and archers, horse archers to charge. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know whether you've noticed this, but if you take a look, do you see these numbers at the top right here? Not the 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously, not that. But I'm talking about the little morale symbol and then the number next to it. In my opinion, that is a super cool little quality of life feature. So it basically says, hey, these particular units have this much morale. And you're going to then be able to see which ones are most likely to retreat, which ones are most likely to be better in combat, and so on and so forth. And that really makes a huge difference. I love that. I love that particular addition to the game. I think that really is going to make a big difference to, well, a variety of things. You know, maybe you are going to pick a particular perk because you want to increase the morale gain of your infantry or something like that, because you see that in most of the fights that you're having, your infantry is the one that is mostly getting drained, and you know, stuff like that. So generally, yeah, that's going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to. Okay, well, so far, we don't seem to be having too many difficulties. Obviously, I'm fighting basically by myself at the moment. Did I tell my infantry to charge in, by the way? I don't know whether I did, and it seems like my archers are very far away. I think I do have to remove a couple of horses from some of our companions. Although, I mean, if they can ride and they have a decent amount of riding skill, I don't see a reason to stop them, to be honest, because it just means that we're going to have a slightly faster army on the world map. That's probably the reason why we had to get rid of so many horses as well, because a lot of them are actually mounted already, so me having spare horses is basically pointless, isn't it? So yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Okay, so how many people have we lost so far? We have lost a couple of companions, actually. Some of our companions have, well, not died, but they have been eliminated. Salia was actually just eliminated. Oh, and Barney has actually leveled up. Can you believe it? It's been a while since he's leveled, so that's kind of nice. And I guess I'm going to speed up the rest of the fight. There we go. And that is a victory for us. Okay, so we didn't lose anyone this time around, but obviously this is a very small battle, and I'm not sure. Did we perform well enough? I don't know. Do you think we performed well enough? I mean, not me specifically, but do you think our forces performed well enough to continue on like this? I don't know. I mean, you can see that, well, some of them did get eliminated. But I guess that is to be expected, you know? That is to be expected. That's one of those things that we're going to have to come to terms with. If one of them does perish, or a number of them, because no doubt we are going to be entering battles that are much larger than, shall we say, not much larger battles, but we are going to be fighting against much larger armies than ourselves. And that's obviously going to add that additional challenge and additional threat to our very lives. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.